ठीक हो गया?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Can we switch on camera for some photograph purpose for 2 minutes before starting the session? Just for 2 minutes. Can we all switch on cameras? Can we all switch on cameras? I request. Some more, please. Just for 2 minutes, then we can switch off cameras. Rajesh sir, Suchi madam, Sunita madam, Sukla Devi, Viva madam, Dr. Meena.
Sir, Shuchi present.
Madam, switch on camera just for 2 minutes.
Sir, actually, I discussed with you that I have this webcam
Okay,
issue
no
in my
issue,
laptop.
no issue. Seetal madam, Jitendra, Vimla Kumari, Vimal Kumar, Vikram sir, Bhavna. Okay. Some more, please. Just for 2 minutes, then we can switch off. Sunita madam, Sukla Devi, are you there? Sukla Devi. I Okay, so I think some of participants are not here. They may have joined but not here. So
only 23 people are there, no, sir?
No, but all of them they have joined, but they may not be present.
No, sir. Only 23 is the strength, no, sir?
Sir, out of 23, some of them may not be present at the system right now. That's why I'm telling. So in between also we can ask participants to switch on camera for 2 minutes. Okay, now you can switch off cameras. In between we can ask. We can request.
Thank you, sir.
So, now you can switch off. In between we will see this. So let's start with our discussion. So what were we discussing in the previous?
Heteroscedasticity and homoscedasticity. I don't know who has invented these terms.
But these are very useful.
नाम वाकई बहुत खतरनाक है.
There are so many abbreviations. Some abbreviations should be developed for these two words as well.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है छोटा सा, मतलब मुझे थोड़ा सा डाउट है, मैं आपका कंफर्मेशन चाहता हूँ.
कोई नहीं, सर बताइए.
सर जैसे when we study about cross sectional and time series data, तो हमको शायद सबसे पहले यही बताया जाता है कि टाइम सीरीज उसको कहते हैं जिसके अंदर कम से कम ऑटो कोरिलेशन होना चाहिए.
सर अभी ये जो सेशन है, इस सेशन से हम टाइम सीरीज ही स्टार्ट करेंगे.
हाँ, तो मतलब वो टाइम देयर whenever it is said कि what is the difference between cross sectional and time series data, the time series data have an auto correlation factor. And now
जरूरी नहीं है, बट हम चेक करेंगे है कि नहीं है, हम चेक करेंगे, बट ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हो.
Okay, so then how will we identify कि ये data time series है? There are characteristics.
Sir, if we are collecting data, over a period of time, like sales data. Sales data of a company over a period of 10 years. So this is time series. If we are collecting the sales data of 10 companies for a particular year, this will be cross-sectional.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
So one company over a period of 10-year data, any one data, two data, three data, different series may be there. That will be your time series. But at a single point of time, for example, sales for 2020 for 10 companies, so 10 cross-section and one point of time, this will be your cross-sectional data. And when we combine both, this will become panel data. Data of sales of 10 companies for a period of 10 years. Then this will become panel data.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, sir. So this is Poonam here. Sir, I just want to know that application of the assumptions is similar for panel data and the time series, sir.
Madam, I was actually calling your name in the end of the session.
Yes, sir. That time the mic was not working actually.
Assumptions of OLS are same.
Okay, sir.
But other techniques are also applied in panel data, so they have their own assumptions.
Okay, sir.
But for OLS, assumptions are same.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So, shall we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'm just starting. Yeah. So, in this session, once again, you are most welcome. So, some good words to share before we proceed.
Sir, photo ठीक आया ना sir?
अभी बहुत अच्छे नहीं, मतलब सब लोगों के कैमरे ऑन नहीं थे. That आप देख सकते हैं. These are the photographs. Only 2, 3. In between, I will request once again in between. So more participants will be there, and I will request more participants to join. So Charles D. Munger, those who keep learning will keep rising in life. So basic idea is to learning, keep on learning. So let's have a look at the tax data of Income Tax Department of Government of India. So your comments, please. Quick.
It's increasing trend.
Increasing trend. Okay. This is corporate data. This is personal income tax, corporate tax, and personal. Any inference out of these two series?
The corporate tax is more than the personal income tax, and both are increasing, which indicates good economy.
Okay.
Over a period of time.
They have constant variance also.
Constant
variance.
The variance cannot be said to be constant because the gap is increasing.
No issue. Please see some more graphs. Okay. What does it mean? Direct tax, indirect tax.
Positive correlation.
Positive correlation. Okay. Yes. Do you see any difference in the behavior of earlier charts and this chart?
So somewhat stationary data.
Yes, somehow stationary. Okay. Let's have a look at the share prices of company. Share prices of Infosys.
Yes, increasing trend.
Increasing trend.
Decreasing. Decreasing trend.
10-year gold. Government sector for yield.
Somewhat decreasing.
Okay. What kind of data you are seeing? Do you have some challenges in analyzing this data? Can we use OLS for the analysis of such data for meaningful inferences? Tell me. Can we use OLS?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
We can use.
Yes, sir. Because we have to minimize the shares, some of these shares.
In this data, we can use OLS. In this data. Okay, so you can use as per your statement, but let's see what we can do and what should be the data type. So this backdrop discussion sets the agenda for this session, today's session. So let's see. So let's begin our journey. Long way to go. Let's dare to enter in the world of time series. Now we are entering in the world of time series. First, we start our journey with time series traditional view. What is the view? Traditional view. So first we will discuss traditional view, then we will discuss modern view of time series. What was the traditional view? See, time series meaning time series deals with the statistical data which are collected, observed or recorded at successive interval of time. Okay. So Vikram sir, are you able to appreciate this? Time series data is statistical data which are collected, observed or recorded, anything, at successive intervals of time. It may be daily, maybe weekly, maybe fortnightly, maybe monthly, maybe quarterly, maybe, you know, annual data. Any time series may be there. Interval, whatever interval is there, but it should be a successive interval. I hope it's clear and making sense. A time series is a set of observations taken at a specified time, usually at equal intervals. So at equal intervals like daily, weekly, or maybe monthly, quarterly, annual. A time series may be defined by values of y1, y2 of variable y at time t1, t2. Thus, y is a function of time. Y is a function of time. If we have one variable, only one variable, and we want to regress that with respect to time, we can regress, and the time will be, sorry, equation will be y is equal to function of time. Okay. Any problem till now? Okay. So every time series has a components like secular trend, seasonal variations, cyclical variations, irregular variations. You have seen the series which we have discussed earlier. Some of them may be secular trend, some of them may have seasonal variations, maybe cyclical variations, maybe irregular variations. So,
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What is secular? Achha, you are coming to that. Sorry.
Yes. So I will try to cover every aspect. Still, you are invited, most welcome to ask your query. Okay. So secular trend refers to the general tendency of data to grow or decline over a long period of time. Okay. Either data is growing or data is declining. Both are known as secular trend. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is seasonal variations? Seasonal variations occur.
Sir, can you please explain the previous slide, sir?
Sir, secular trends are either upward trend or downward trend. These are secular trends. Okay. Seasonal variations means seasonal variations occur in the time series due to rhythmic forces which occurs in a regular and periodic manner with a period of less than 1 year. Suppose we are, collecting data of any seasonal product. Okay, so you will see every year at a particular point of time, the sale may increase, and after that it will decrease, and this will be repeated every year. So if I talk about woolen cloths.
Yes, right,
so
understood.
In particular season every year, the sale will have a one sky, and after that it will come down, like umbrella, sale of umbrella. Okay, so sale of if we talk about if we want to analyze the sales variation in the online platforms in festive season, their sale goes up, and every year in the festive season sale goes up. So seasonal trends, seasonal variations. Seasonal variations occur during a period of 1 year and have same pattern year after year. So cyclical variations, this is a short-term variation, occurs for a period of more than 1 year. after every 3 years, every 5 years, every alternate year, if you are seeing any variation, so this is known as cyclical variation. The rhythmic movement in time series with a period of oscillation repeated again and again in same manner more than 1 year is called a cyclical variation. The period is called a cycle. After 3 years, after 5 years, this will be the trend in the. So this is known as irregular variations. If you are not able to identify variations in any of the previous type, okay, like secular, seasonal, cyclical, then it will become irregular. It is also called as erratic, accidental, or random variation. The three variation, trend, seasonal, and cyclical variation, are called as regular variation. But almost all the time series, including the regular variation, contains another variation called a random variation. So I think you are clear with the variations. Any doubt?
Yes, sir, clear.
Clear. Okay. So how are these components of time series behaving? Traditional view hypothesis, two models for time series. One is additive, where all components are behaving in additive manner. Suppose you have YT, dependent variable. This is time. This is your trend. Okay. So ST, CT, RT. These are additive. Your variations. These variations. Okay. And these are your another model, multiplicative model. So in this model, if they are affecting in the multiplication, we will test this model. So this is your traditional view, but we will work on modern view. We must know the difference between traditional and modern. That's why I discussed it. So traditional view about time series was trend, business cycle, and seasonal cycle are not influenced by stochastic disturbances and can thus be represented by deterministic function of time. Can you appreciate it? What does it mean? Sir, I need responses so that I can understand whether I need to explain more or.
No, that means we are restricting ourselves only to few definite factors which are influencing the dependent variable in the time series.
And business cycle and seasonal cycle are not influenced by stochastic disturbances.
Right.
Means they do not have any stochastic disturbance, and that's why they are represented by deterministic function. So function is deterministic. Stochastic impact is restricted to the residuals, and they do not contain any systematic movements. Okay. So next is trend. What is trend? What is the basic assumption? Time series will go on increasing upward or decreasing downward because of the underlying trend. How valid is the assumption? Yes. Are you able to appreciate trend? What is trend?
Yeah, some pattern.
Yes, some pattern either upward or downward. But irregular variations, what is basic assumption? They are erratic, random, unsystematic, and accidental. They are just noise, and they have no information worth exploiting. No information. Irregular variations.
So sir, can we say that irregular components, they have minimum impact as such, which is not worth examining?
Sir, we are talking here about unsystematic and accidental. They are just noise. They are creating disturbances in our equation, nothing else. So they will go to error term.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, traditional view about time series does not help us to exploit all potential future time series. What will be the future time series? This will not help us. Does not provide us tools to extract hidden information in time series. for analysis and forecasting purpose. So traditional view is not, appropriate for forecasting purpose, for getting information out of the given data. Now, what is modern view of time series? So let us see, have a different perspective. Every time series has a stochastic process behind the that generates it. So every time series has a stochastic process. So what is a stochastic process?
I think any process which has some invisible hidden things which we do not know but which affect the behavior of the phenomenon.
Okay, let's see. If a time series has trend, then its parameters may not be stable and remain same in future, and our forecast may not be correct. If a time series has a trend, either declining or increasing trend, then its parameters, what are the parameters we have discussed in the previous sessions? What are the parameters?
Alpha
mean
beta.
value.
Alpha and
beta, constant and slope. So they may not be stable and remain same in future also, because there is a trend. So they may be same in future also, and our forecast may not be correct. We may not be able to correctly forecast. So irregular variations may not be noise. Irregular variations may not be noise. We can capture them. So there may be some hidden underlying structure in so-called irregular variations. We need to identify the same. We have to identify. If we know there are some irregular variations, then we have to capture them. Directly we cannot apply OLS. We have to capture them. We have to see them. We have to identify them. Otherwise, our forecasts, our estimates will not be good. Okay, but the question is how? We will discuss it. Why modern view about time series emerged? Why it was emerged? Since 1970s, a totally different approach has increasingly been applied to the statistical analysis of time series. It was shown that instead of using a number of variables and equations, one single time series can provide better estimate and forecast. In traditional view, for every variation, we have to frame a new equation, but in modern view, we can take care of variations in a single equation. The purely descriptive procedure of classical time series analysis were abandoned, and instead results and methods of probability theory and mathematical statistics have been employed. This has led to a different assessment of the role of stochastic movement with respect to a time series. Whereas the classical approach regards residual without any significance for structure of time series, the modern approach assumes that there are stochastic impact on all components of time series. Now the focus is on stochastic terms with partly rather complex dependent structure. So everything in a time series may be stochastic. Everything, like trend may be stochastic. Seasonal effects may be stochastic. Cyclical effects may be stochastic. Irregular variations may also be stochastic. Above all, stochastic process behind a time series can provide us necessary information for estimation and forecast. Let's see. We have to look at time series with a new lens, with a new mindset, with new perspective, with new tools to ensure stability of estimates of parameters with new issue. We are moving from traditional view to modern view of analyzing time series. Think. To begin with, let's ponder a question. What is the question? What for should we use this time series? Tell me. not exactly this series, but any series.
So
Any series.
To forecasting.
Forecasting.
And to know the regions, to find out some more detailed regions by doing separate study, why the trend is, for example, for an economy or for sales, why these sales are going down, what are the factors behind them. So that kind of analysis we can do.
And so we can find out the correlations or co-integration for the long term among the variables for the long term also.
Okay. So let's see. First, we have to identify the type of series. Then we can say that we will use this series for this purpose. Okay, sir. So what can one do with this price data of share? Imagine. Tell me, if you want to forecast, this is going up, and you have forecasted this will go up, but this has declined. Okay, you have this data, and initially this was increasing till here, and it started declining here. So what will be our forecast in this case?
I think so. We need to identify what was the reason for the increase. Is there something else which is increasing or decreasing with this price change or not?
Madam, Madam, there are two terms. One is analysis, another one is interpretation.
Sir, I will hold the decision to purchase the share of this company.
Just one. Dr. Meena will complete, then I will take your question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. While you look at any price data of a share, I don't think so. One needs to look at it in isolation. It needs to be related to other factors. Just on the basis of price, one cannot, interpret whether to buy or sell. One needs to look at what are the other factors, whether the index was increasing or the GDP was increasing or this sector was doing well. There's so many other factors which influences the stock price. But so my view is in isolation, one cannot take any view.
No, that you are absolutely correct. But you have to take care of this area also.
Definitely.
You have to take care of this area also. Otherwise, your predictions will not be good.
I agree with you, sir. Yeah. Definitely, so I agree with you.
In equation, you have to consider this part also. So that's right. Yes, Satwir sir, please continue.
No, I agree with Dr. Meena that for better decision making, we should consider other aspects of the problem. Why these price is declining? What are the factors? But sir, apparently, if this graph is shown to me, then I would hold my decision to purchase the shares. So my investment decision will be affected by seeing this graph.
Okay, that's all. Let's see other graph also. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate. One can invest.
So now issues related to time series. What issues? Why we use time series? We use time series for forecasting, for estimation, for establishing relationships. So I think you have answered these things. We use for forecasting, we use for estimation, we use for establishing the relationship. Like in case of direct tax, indirect tax, personal tax, corporate tax, you were saying that both are having positive correlation and so on. So we use time series for these purposes. What are the issues?
But sir, regarding relationship, if the graph shows, for example, corporate tax and income tax, then we can establish the relationship. Otherwise, as Dr. Meena said, that if only time series data is given for a single parameter, then we cannot establish a relationship unless
Sir, once you say relationship, it means at least two variables must be there.
Right. So for that we have to go for some other data, sir. Am I correct?
So in every case you will not use establishing relationship. In every case you will not do. So have patience. See this slide. So forecasting for what purpose? Share price, interest rate. Estimating what purpose? Mean return. Variance means risk. Establishing relationship between the spot rate and forward rate. These are certain examples. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are certain examples. You use forecasting for share prices, interest rate, single, time series, estimating mean returns, variance, establishing relationship at least two variable, relationship between spot rate and forward rate. So these will be used for such kind of things. Now, first, again, the question is, what is time series? Tell me. Again, the question.
Data about a phenomenon over a period of time.
Okay.
At some, preferably in a regular interval of time.
Okay. So let's see. So before we answer this, we have to understand what is variable, what is random variable, and what is stochastic process, for which we were talking about. So this is, I hope you can understand what is variable, which varies with time.
Yeah.
What is random variable?
Randomly selected variable.
Randomly selected. And behavior of variable is random. Okay. Next, what is stochastic process? Let us understand. So stochastic process is a collection of x over a time. T denotes time on of random variable on a common probability space of omega f p is called stochastic or random process. What is f or what is this p and what is omega? This you must understand about this. So we take it to the probability. We take it to the probability. What is probability?
Likelihood of occurrence of a phenomenon.
Of an event, yeah.
Chance of
or an event. Or an event.
Okay. So this omega is a sample space. Okay, and this f denotes the probability, events, random experiments, and this p denotes probability. So on a probability sample space of occurrence of an event is stochastic process. So T denotes time. Let us see. I will explain this graphically also.
What is F, sir?
Don't worry about this. Yes.
What is F, sir?
F is the class of events in a random experiment. Class of events. So on the probability, whatever events are possible, you are selecting out of them one sample.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if T is discrete, then we obtain random sequences or discrete time series. If T is continuous, then one can speak of continuous time processing. So maybe continuous, maybe discrete. Please note that the stochastic process X is a function of time which depends on events, is a function of two variables. One is T, another one is event. T denotes time and omega denotes your event. So your variable, X variable, is function of time as well as your event. Now let's see what you can see here. Please explain. These things are very important to understand time series. Otherwise, time series will be time series only. What can you see?
So it is shown like on lag 1, there are n number of events, out of which we have chosen one. The star is the chosen one.
Yes.
We have chosen the random, and the distribution of the random is normally distributed.
Yes. So on a normally distributed time, this is time frame, and all events are normally distributed, but we have chosen one. We have chosen only one. Likewise, on second time one, likewise, sorry. Excuse me. Likewise on time 2, likewise on time 3, likewise on time 4. We have selected these observations. We have collected, we have selected, we have picked, we have recorded these observations, and probability of at time 0 of occurring event was from this point to this point, and infinite events can be occurred, but we have chosen only one. So, but we realized only one similarly for other days. One for 0 days, one for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. So how many possible values can happen on 0 day? Infinite. We do not know how many possible values can happen, but we have taken only one. Now we have drawn this line. So this becomes a time series. This becomes a time series. Are you able to relate?
Sir, this on day 0, this normal distribution is of data points, sir?
Data points, events.
Okay.
We have collected one.
Okay. So this distribution will remain same throughout the day, throughout the number of periods.
Sorry, sir.
So this distribution is supposed to remain.
Yeah. We assume this.
Okay. And this star is basically an observation.
We are talking about the process by which data has been generated, and this may be different processes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we are talking about a single event here.
Single event on day 0. Single event at day 1.
On the day 1. Same event on day 2.
Day 2. And we have joined those events with the line, and it becomes our time series. One observation at day 1, one observation day 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, so on.
So we can understand with this example ki whatever the trade happen in National Stock Exchange in a day 1, and out of which if we choose one, then it is a time series. Yeah.
Yes. I would like to take your example further. Suppose we are collecting the data of Sensex. Okay. So during the day, there are infinite possibilities of ups and downs in the value of Sensex. But what value we are taking? We are taking one value, that is adjusted close. We are taking only one value, that is adjusted close.
Yes, sir.
During the day, how many times it goes up, how many times it goes down, how many values it has recorded, we are not bothered about it. We are taking only one observation.
Sir, okay. It has to be a normally distributed variable in this time.
No.
It is just
we are not talking about variable. We are talking about the number of events which could happen on a particular day. They are normally distributed. We assume this. And this normally distributed, like a stock price of a particular company during the day changes many times. And we assume that these changes are normally distributed. So out of them, we are taking one, either opening or high or low or maybe closing. We are recording only one observation out of those.
Understood. One type of observation.
Yeah.
Whether closing data or whether it is opening.
Anyone.
Okay, understood.
So value of day 0 is this. Value of day 1 this. Value of day 2 means maybe here this value. So it may be like that. And when we join these dots, this will become a time series. Okay. Let's see again. This may be on upward trend. This may be on a upward trend. Again, we have taken this data point, and this is also a time series. Okay, important thing to note is that time series deals with one realization out of infinite possibilities. You know?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can I try to example? For example,
sir, your voice is breaking. Can you repeat?
Can I suggest another example?
Definitely, sir.
So suppose we are saying we want to count or we want to find out how many vehicles pass the toll plaza on DND.
Okay.
So let's say in 3 hours time, for example, we are collecting that information. because we have to take a decision about fixing toll, for example. So we put some observers over there, they just keep counting the cars. So on some day, and we will do it over a period of 2 months or 3 months. So on one day you find, let's say, X number of vehicles. On another day, it could be some other value and so on. Is that a correct way of looking at it?
Sir, you are not taking any one observation. You are taking a duration of time. Okay. So that
yes,
will be a,
so within
that will be a time series.
3 hours.
That will be a
yes.
that will be a what we should say, that will be a time series data. There is no issue given these many vehicles there and on this day these many vehicles, but that is finite.
Yes,
that is finite. So you have taken within 3 hours how many vehicles, but how many vehicles can be run throughout this toll plaza? That is infinite. Yes. Suppose you have observed within 3 hours, 100 vehicles pass on toll plaza, but how many can pass? That is not our reflected our from our data. So infinite possibility may be infinite, but we have selected only one. We have selected. Suppose you are fixing toll tax. You can fix from 0 to infinite, any amount you can fix, but you are fixing one amount. So out of infinite possibilities, we are realizing only one. We are. Suppose in the case of share price, there may be infinite possibilities of changes in share prices. Okay, it may change by 1 paisa. So it may go up to an infinite time, infinite limits. So we are observing only one value. So time series deals with one realization out of infinite possibility. Suppose one student is very good in studies, but what you see, the end result, how much he scored or she scored out of 100, and you draw conclusion out of that. He was answering every question in the class. We are not bothered, but what we see, one observation. So, and this one realization is the result of some underlying stochastic process. All these realizations are result of some underlying stochastic process whose behavior modeled through normal probability distribution. The model is estimated through normal probability distribution, and out of which we have recorded these observations. So this is known as stochastic process. So now we define time series. The realization of a particular stochastic process is called a time series. Every realized observation of a stochastic process is understood as a time series. Okay. So what we call time series as realization of a particular stochastic process is called a time series. Realization of a stochastic process.
Sir,
anyone? Yeah, please.
I have a doubt. For example, if we take the interest rate for the 5 years or 10 years or 20 years kind of a thing, so then what will be the stochastic process in that? Because interest rate realization, there will be not an stochastic process. They will not generate the random numbers over there. So
okay, sir. Sir, we are talking about interest rate. So we are not generating the data. We are taking the generated data.
Yes, sir.
We are taking the generated data. So we have no option. We have no option. But the interest rate decided by whom?
RBI, sir.
Whoever is the body. They have infinite opportunities, infinite events on which they would have been decided.
Now I understood. Yeah.
But they have decided only one.
Yes, sir.
So we are taking only the data which has been decided by somebody else. So we do not. Likewise, I am telling you, we are taking the closing price of share.
Okay. Yes,
So
sir.
we have selected one.
One. Yeah.
Okay,
Now
but there were infinite possibilities of changes.
Sir, I also have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, suppose I am having the rainfall recording over a period of time, say 30 days.
Okay.
Can this be suppose I have minimum rainfall or maybe average rainfall of each day? Can this be considered as time series?
Madam, do you have the selection criteria?
No, it is just recording. I have some.
No, you are recording. But for example, you have fixed the time of 6 p.m. every day.
Then it is a time series. If I have something called as minimum rainfall of a day, every day I have minimum.
Madam, then also a time series, but we are talking about stochastic process. So if you have recorded means average rainfall on day 1, average rainfall on day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Okay, so that will become a time series. There is no doubt in this. But what is the selection of rainfall throughout the day? Any point of time or duration of time? So suppose you have fixed the time. I will measure the rainfall at 6 p.m. daily. Okay. So out of 24 hours, how many possibilities were there to record rainfall?
Infinite possibilities.
Infinite possibilities.
Yes.
6 o'clock, 1 minute, 1 second.
Yes.
Maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, maybe 6 o'clock, 2 minutes. Infinite. But you have selected only one. So what is the rainfall at particular time? Every day. So this is a stochastic process.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So basically, otherwise on the time. Here we are talking about the focus is on the time.
And specific thing and specific time or specific
time series in itself is a function of time.
No, sir. My question was: suppose I am talking about a particular.
You are picking one. You are picking one observation. You are picking
on daily basis.
You are picking. You are picking only one observation out of many possibilities.
Okay, sir. Suppose I am trying to plot minimum rainfall monthly basis. For 12 months.
Yeah.
For each month, minimum rainfall I have with me.
Yeah. So
single value. Then it is a time series because now the time is a month.
You have definitely a time series because month 1 this is the rainfall, month 2 this is the rainfall, month 3 this is the rainfall. But this will not be stochastic. You have selected. Okay.
Okay, I have frozen now because I don't have any option to choose from here.
Yes.
Minimum means it is minimum.
Okay, sir, I have two questions. Sir, first thing is what is the exact meaning of realization? It means the analysis or what, sir?
Nothing. Recording the data.
Okay. And second question is, sir, sometime if we can miss any of the interval in between any of the series, in particular interval, we miss the data. At that time, can we consider that series, sir?
It occurs on Saturday, Sunday. The stock markets are not working.
Okay.
So you will get 5 days data. So still it is a time series.
What, sir?
Still this will be considered as time series. If you collect the daily prices of one stock, like for Maruti, you are collecting daily share prices. So after 5 days, you will have 2 days gap. Then you will have 5 days. Otherwise, any vested off or any festival is there, then you will not get the share prices. But still, this is time series.
Okay, correct, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So sorry. Yeah. Sir, sorry. One question about the closing prices.
Sir, please don't say sorry. Okay. You are here only. You are here to getting your doubts clear here only. Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. So when we talk about closing stock prices, so it is a value of the last share which is traded. So before the exchange closes, whatever is the last transaction, that becomes the closing price.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So there are not. Then how is this a stochastic?
Sir,
and why I say that is because the actual value the actual value of the share.
I got your point. I got your point. Sir,
yeah.
You are taking the close price of T1, for example,
yes.
day 1, time 1 or day 1,
yes.
whatever.
Yes. Yes.
So during the day, how many events, how many times this price may change during the day?
That could be many times, yes.
Many times, infinite, maybe infinite,
okay.
But you have selected only one.
Okay.
Means you are not going through the stochastic process, but whatever you are taking from stock market, that has been generated. That has been generated with the process of stochastic.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Same in the case of interest rate also.
So that is the realized object.
Yeah, realization process. So we must understand the realization process of our data. How data has been generated doesn't mean that we have simply suppose what we eat. Okay, we are not bothered about the process of manufacturing of that product. But if we see, we will find the process. What is the process? So we are taking ready-made food. We are not bothered about, but will that be harmful or will that be beneficial to our health? For that, we need to go to the details of ingredients, manufacturing process, hygiene was there or not. So we have to go or not. So if we want to make some meaningful senses from our data, we must understand the realization process. Okay, sir?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So time series is only one. Time series is only one of the many possible realizations of a stochastic process that the history might have generated, but they have generated few or one, and you have taken that only. Time series analysis is trying to draw statistical inferences from single outcome time series observed. Please, we are predicting for future on the basis of one observation over one observation at a point of time over a period of time. So features of time series data may be related to their past. Someone was asking that time series, Vikram sir, I think this was your question. Time series data must have autocorrelation. So this may have. So there is no issue. This may have such autocorrelation process, or it may have moving average also. So there is no issue. We'll deal with it. They may be subject to deterministic trend, seasonal or cycles, etc. Such as trends in sales, generally what we expect. We are not talking about any fact, but what we expect, sale will go up. Growth in sale will be upward trend. Growth rate of profit will also go up. In multivariate context, they may have cross relationship. Cross relationship means, for example, advertisement expenses for the month of January will affect the sale not only in the month of January, but also may affect in the month of February and coming months also. So this is known as cross relation. You advertise in the month of January, this will affect the sale of January as well as maybe February, March, April. It will depend. Okay.
Partial autocorrelation, I think so.
Yeah. So let's see. Revisit the purpose for which time series are used: forecasting, estimation, establishing relationship. For all these, we need information, but information where it lies, it is hidden in the time series. Let's see. So where the information hidden in time series, it's in time. Okay. Information may be in time, maybe in its own past, maybe in its own residuals, or maybe in some other time series. What is the meaning of all these? Let's see. Wait for one more minute. I will be coming. What is the meaning of all these? I will be framing in equation. So the whole fight in a time series modeling is identify the source of information in time series, which can be used for forecasting, estimation, and establishing relationship. Once the source of information is identified, how to use the same to establish parameters to model and get best estimators. This is important to understand, appreciate, and feel the best estimators, we have discussed blue. Sometimes something to be noted, everything has been taught before, but the problem is to think it again. Now is the time to think of time series again, but a different perspective. So take a pause, meditate, but we do not have time, so we have to continue. So I trust that now we are capable of taking challenge of time series. Challenge 1, understanding behavior of time series. What is the behavior of time series? We have to understand. How can we understand behavior of time series? How can we understand?
So using past trends.
Using past trends. Okay. And
using the data for last maybe 20, 30 years.
Through graphical techniques, sir?
Yeah, by visualization. Yes, sir.
Visualization. Okay. So let's see. First one is time series plot. Second one is correlogram. These two techniques are there. So we will, make time series plot. We will make correlogram. We must understand what is this time series? What kind of time series is this?
Stationarity.
Stationary.
Volatile time series, sir.
Okay. No issue. Whatever you think, please tell me. What kind of time series is this? Is there any is there any difference between this and this?
I think the first one has
been done in the case of previous figure, sir.
Sorry?
In this figure, I think you have done the standardization. You have calculated some value as a benchmark value for at the level of 0.
Okay, let's see one more. What is this behavior?
Non-stationary basis.
Trend, sir. Trend is there.
It is absolute value.
Okay, what kind of series is?
Seasonable, sir. Seasonable. It is.
Not seasonable. Seasonable will be every year you will
correct.
see the sign.
Okay.
It is like ECG diagram of a heart.
Sorry?
ECG diagram.
ECG.
Yeah, stock.
So what happens here? What happens here?
There is a spike which is not
high.
Any
Sir, one of the point is outlier. One of
stock
the
is there, sir.
Madam,
extremely high.
नहीं, ये जो स्पाइक आई है ना, जिसको ये एफडीपी का नोटा गया ना सर, इनविटेशन, उसके लिए स्पाइक है ये.
कैसे? How?
It may be shocking for me, for people like me. यार क्या आएगा इसमें, क्या पढ़ना पड़ेगा?
Not like that. Do not think like
that. But once you started in the morning, then it has stabilized.
Okay, Rajesh sir, you want to add something?
Sir, that is economic shock or any uncertain event happening because of that particular.
This is shock. Okay, and Viva madam, you want to add something?
Yeah, it's all of a sudden incident which has taken place which have an effect on this, and that's why it is risen too high.
Okay. What about this? What about this?
Yeah, structural break is there.
Structural break. Okay, so appreciate the difference between spike and structural break. After spike, it came down, but after structural break, it didn't came down. And structural break can be vice versa, going up, and structural break down, then coming down. Okay, so any kind of structure.
So, and sir, this particular. Sir, can you go back to the previous slide, sir?
Yeah.
Structural break. So this is probably looking like the effect of inflation after the Gulf War, first Gulf War, or rather the first spike of inflation.
Region may be any region may be any, but we have different techniques to analyze them.
Absolutely, and another one in which it is falling down, that could be the result of current real estate prices after COVID-19, possibly.
This is shock for just 1 day or 2 day or 1 week, not more.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see one more Okay. So now, so first we have seen the pattern of series with the help of plotting time series. Next one is correlogram. So this is correlogram. But what is this? AC, PAC, Q-stat, probability. This is
autocorrelation and partial autocorrelation.
Partial autocorrelation. So you can see these lines are, within these lines, acceptable values are there. But out of these lines, the value is not acceptable. Means these values are significant. So you can see these values, and we can identify from the probability value also. But we will make it. We will hands on it. So please go to the folder files I have shared. Files I have shared. Go to there. One file is correlogram. Do you have? One file is correlogram. Are you able to see this in folder?
Yes, sir.
So this is the file of eViews. So double click it. This is eViews file. So data is here. Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Click on series 1. This is correlogram. Okay. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So this was prepared earlier, but close it. I would like to tell you how to draw correlogram. Close it. Okay. Right click on time, series. Open. Okay. 24. So view spreadsheet. If you are on correlogram, go to view, select spreadsheet. This is the data. This is the data. Okay. Did you get it?
Sir, please repeat this step.
Madam, click just a minute. Click
in
on
my file AC, PAC, Q-stat and probability.
No issue. No issue. You click on series. You can click on series. You will get correlogram. Okay. This you must have received after this. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the go to view. Go to view.
Okay.
Select spreadsheet. First one.
Okay.
So this is the data.
हाँ sir, हाँ sir.
I want to check the correlogram of this series. First, I want to make the graph. Both techniques I will tell you. First, graph. Go to view. Graph. Go to view. Graph. And basic graph, line and symbol. Click on OK. So this is the graph of my series. Okay.
Sir, graph, in what should I select in graph, sir? Basic type?
Basic and line and symbol.
Line and symbol, and then OK.
Okay. So this is the graph.
It is showing some trend. Yes, sir.
Okay. So one way is they're plotting the time series on a graph. So I have done first. Second one is correlogram. Go to view. Go to view. Correlogram. Are you with me? Go to view. Correlogram.
Sir, by clicking on this output of random series.
Output.
So sir, इसमें again after view it is showing spreadsheet then graph.
Sir, go to the 6th option, correlogram.
Okay, it is there. Level, first difference, second difference.
Level and lakhs to be decided 24. Lakhs to include 24. By default, it will be 36.
Yes, sir. Yes.
24 and then okay. So you got it, correlogram.
Yes, I have done.
So because the file was eViews file, so by default it was correlogram. Now let's see. This is autocorrelation function. This one. Okay. Are you able to see my this cursor?
Yes, sir.
So this is autocorrelation function. Means all lags are significant. All lags are significant.
Yes, sir. 0, 0, 0.
Probability 0, 0, 0, 0. It means that this has some autocorrelation. Means the value of t depends on t minus 1. Value of t minus 1 depends on value of t minus 2. Value of t minus 2 depends on value of t minus 3. Agar main, if I ask the value of 30th of the month dependent on 29th, 29th value is dependent on 20th, 20th value dependent on
27th.
27th. So all of these are significant, and if they are dying up, drastically dying up, ये खत्म हो जाता है, and probability value is more than 0.05, then I will say that there is no autocorrelation. This partial autocorrelation means this will tell you the correlation between t and t minus 5th, 6th, or whatever you will choose by taking out the different correlation of in between legs. For example, you want to check the impact of share price of 25th of month on 30th of month. So this is the relation between 25th and 30th by taking out the correlation, autocorrelation of 26 to 29. This will take it out, and this will directly show you the correlation between 25th and 30th. So this partial correlation is not significant, but this autocorrelation is significant. So your time series having autocorrelation problem. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question. Sir,
please explain this partial correlation and autocorrelation.
Partial correlation means this is the correlation of leg 1 with the leg, any leg you choose, 5th, 6th, 10th, or 3rd, whatever. But some leg should be in between. Suppose you have selected leg 1 and leg 3. Okay. So it will take out the correlation of leg 2 out, and it will tell you the correlation between leg 1 and leg 3. So there is no correlation between leg 1 and leg 3.
Right.
All the correlation is between leg 1 only.
Okay.
So today's price are dependent on yesterday's price. Okay.
Sir, partial correlation. This AC and PSE. PSE is partial correlation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, sir, in this case, values of at 4th number, for example, minus 0.037. So it is also significant.
No. We will see the probability value, p value.
Okay, sir.
We will see the p value, and we are looking for autocorrelation only.
Okay, and sir. No problem.
P values are related with the autocorrelation. Okay.
Sir, I have. Yes, sir. Sir, I have one question. Sir, what is positive autocorrelation and what is negative autocorrelation, sir?
Sir, if we see that autocorrelation values AC, okay?
Yes, sir.
All are positively correlated.
Okay. Yes, all are positive. Yes, sir.
If they are negatively correlated, means this is less, then this is increasing. It means we can predict for future also. Likewise.
Okay. Correct, sir. Okay.
So I should move ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we have seen this correlogram. Now, yeah, I have explained this autocorrelation and partial correlation. Yes, sir.
Sir, in this partial correlation, what do can you please explain? What can I make out of this range, sir?
Sir, sir, we can see when there is a autocorrelation, high autocorrelation. It means today's price is dependent on yesterday's price.
Right, sir.
Yesterday's price is dependent on day before yesterday's price.
Right, sir.
So if I take it out the correlation of yesterday, and if I compare the price of day before yesterday and today, after taking out the correlation of yesterday.
Okay.
I'm taking out. So there is no impact of day before yesterday's price on today's price.
Right, sir.
Keeping in the mind that we have taken out the autocorrelation of yesterday's price. So this is by definition you can see here, while partial autocorrelation is a correlation between observation xt and xt plus h. Okay, maybe fifth day, 5th day, 4th day, whatever. After removing linear relation of all observation that fall between xt and xt plus h.
Okay, sir.
Oh, okay, sir.
That's only one clarification, sir. If the bars, if they decline drastically, that means there will be no autocorrelation.
Sir, we have to see up to what lag we have autocorrelation.
Okay, so for example, like in
and in between also it may increase.
For example, if in residuals it should be declined drastically, then there will be no autocorrelation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Time series time to learn, appreciate difference between ACF and PACF. One more file is there, Maruti Suzuki price. I have shared with you, and you can run autocorrelation and this correlogram. And out of this, when we calculate regression on closing price of day one and day two, we have calculated both. So you can see, sir, you can appreciate partial correlation from here. This is the correlogram. This is PACF, lag 1, lag 2. So if we see the coefficients, we will find the same coefficients here. These are the coefficients. So is this coefficient significant or not for partial correlation? We can appreciate from here. So if we are running regression model with only one, t minus 1, what we assume? Today's price is dependent on t minus 1. It means yesterday's price. We have run this regression. So what we see, this is significant. It means we can say, and the coefficient is 0.92. 92% price of today dependent on yesterday's price. We can appreciate it. But when we have increased one more lag in our model, what we want to know, today's price are dependent on yesterday's price and day before yesterday's price. So we have taken price of 1 and price of 2 lag. So both lags we have taken. So you can see the lag 1 is more significant, lag 2 is not significant. This is only 0.8, the probability is 0.80. So this second lag is not significant, and which we can see from here correlogram also. First lag is significant and this lag is not significant. Are you able to appreciate it? So any lag which is within these two dotted lines is not significant. Any value, this spike of this partial correlation or autocorrelation, which is within these two lines, is not significant. But beyond these two lines, these are significant. And in ARIMA model, we will decide how many lags and which lag we should choose for that. ARIMA model tomorrow. So, and now this is correlogram. This is Q statistics. Nothing, but this assumes that p value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lag is equal to 0. This is 0. This assumes. If this is not equal to 0, then null hypothesis has been rejected. It means there is a correlation. So here you can see only first lag is significant and other lags are not significant because these are within these two boundary lines. So all of them are, you can say, not significant because no autocorrelation is there. So next stage, we should move ahead and time series challenge 2, how to model a time series for forecasting. This we were doing as for estimation, now forecasting. So possible ways of model a time series for forecasting purpose. Time series may be function of time. Okay, it has a trend. If time series has a trend, it may be a function of time. Time series may have function of its own history. Past determines future. The value of today is dependent on yesterday's value. Time series may have a function of exogenous variables, independent factors, other factors. Let us understand this. Please understand this PPT very well. What does it mean? It means a time series may be function of time. For example, we assume that height will increase as the time passes. And time we measure in terms of, you must have seen one chart with doctor. If child is of 7 years, okay, this must be the height. If child is of 8 years, that must be the height, this height. So doctor will tell you your child is growing on more than average height. Your child has less height than the average height. So when we talk about age, what is age? Age is simply time. Once the child is born, time starts now.
Yes, sir.
So we can say that it is a function of time. So like what we assume, sales will grow with time.
Yes, sir.
Sales will grow over a time period. So sales is a function of time. We may assume.
Yes, sir.
So there are many factors. I cannot say that only time, but over a period of time, we can say sales will increase. Next, a time series may be a function of its own history. Yesterday's sales will determine my today's sales. So past will determine future. So what will be the equation? Yt is equal to f yt minus 1.
Right, sir.
Yt is a function of yt minus 1. Time series may be a function of some exogenous variables. So yt is dependent on xt. So this another variable is deciding my dependent variable. So we have to be very careful while we are modeling our theory. When we model the equation, we must be very careful whether my dependent variable is a function of time, function of its own length, function of some other variables. So I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. I have a question. Like you said, past determines future. So up to what past period we will consider? I mean,
tomorrow session 3, 2:30 to 4, Arima will give the answer of this.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, that is a pure technique for this only.
For just one day, sir.
Sorry?
I said just one day.
What one day?
Tomorrow.
No, I'm saying tomorrow session 3, 2:30 to 4 will give the answer of this question. Particular question.
Excuse me,
yes,
sir.
madam.
Sorry
Yes.
to trouble you. Sir, I still have that doubt when I was asking about the minimum rainfall for a particular day. So here also I can say the minimum rainfall of yesterday is able to determine the minimum rainfall of today. According to this second formula, the time series may be a function of its own history.
Madam, you can say, but how will you support?
The support can be other parameters which were present.
No. Means how can you support this? Is it visible from history? On day 1, this is the minimum rainfall, and on the next day, this will be the minimum rainfall. This will increase or decrease. Is this evident from the history?
So this could be yes.
If it is, then this is the function of its own length.
Yes, sir.
If it is, I'm not saying that it will be or it will not be. I'm not saying anyway. But if it is, then you can say this is the function of its own length.
Okay, and sir, one more question.
Yeah.
So can we have something like this also? Maybe today's value of whatever it is, maybe rainfall, temperature, whatever we are talking about, it is a function of last 4 days average or something like that.
Moving average. Moving average. This is known as moving average. So
okay.
Yeah. So you can in statistics in itself we use moving average function. What is my objective? It will depend on it. In case of share prices also, we can use moving average. We can check whether it is working or not. Whatever we do with the past data, and if it is evident from the past data, we predict on that basis for future.
All right, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. So let's work with these ways of forecasting. We have data about sales data. Please go to the files, go to sales data. sales data. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have sales data. You have year. Okay. Now you want to check whether this sales is a function of year. Year means time or not. So what we need to do? We will select first sales, then year, open as equation, or you can go for, open as group, make a graph. Okay, you can see this. According to time, as time increases, sales is showing some trend, increasing trend. Are you able to see?
Yes,
so
sir.
We can say that this is the function of, time. Then let me open as equation. Okay, so this is the regression result, and my year is significant, constant is also significant. Okay, so I can see that my sales is a function of time. I can see.
Sir, ये कैसा आया sir? ये can you please repeat the step, sir?
Yeah, select sales.
हाँ sir.
Select year with control.
Right sir. हाँ sir.
Right click.
अच्छा right click से. Open as a group. Okay.
As equation. As equation.
Okay.
Then okay. Okay, so this is a function of time. I can have.
आ गया sir.
आ गया. Okay. Next, we should move ahead.
लेकिन सर मेरा कुछ अलग है. मेरा मतलब probability 2004 something like that.
So please check your data. Maybe some 91 to 2017 data is there. Range and all these things. You can see range here. Okay. The main function is, the calculation. Whether it is relevant or not, that will depend on the data. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Next, move to this PPT. So PPT says price data of companies, share price data, Reliance. Go to this. Okay. Next function is to check my. Yeah. Is it a function of its lag or not? So go to another file. Go to another file. Another file is company share price data. You have?
Yes, sir.
Open it. Open it. Finish. No. Are you able to see this?
ये आपने एक्सेल ही दिया है ना सर?
हाँ जी एक्सेल. Are you able to open the data?
Yes, sir.
You have two files. One is Reliance Industries Limited, and above that Reliance T-1. Open both. What about others? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Open this as a group. Right click, open as group. Okay. Okay, you can see the Reliance price, and next column is Reliance T-1. means T minus 1 means it is price of yesterday. You can see this price is of today, and against this is the price of yesterday. You can see this is the price of today and this is the price of yesterday. You can compare from here. This price has come to here. Okay. So we have created. So we want to check whether today's price is dependent on yesterday's price or not. So we will run a regression. How? Select Reliance Industries is dependent variable. Control, then Reliance T minus 1. Right click, open as an equation. Then OK. So you will get the result. Okay. And you can appreciate the result. The Reliance T minus 1 is very significant. So you can say there is a autocorrelation, and yesterday's price determines today's price. Yesterday's price determines today's price. Okay. Next file. Close it. Close it. Next file. We want to check, though we have done this earlier also, but we will do right now. Third point is some other variable is affecting your dependent variable. Some other variable is affecting your dependent variable. Like this is exogenous variable. So I want to check the price of Reliance are dependent on Sensex or not. So go to the next file. That file is with the same file. Company's data with the same file. We have Sensex price also, Sensex values also. So we have Reliance Industries price, and we have, do we have Sensex? Yeah, S&P BSC, second last. Okay. So open as equation. Okay. So you see here also.
Both are significant.
Constant and your S&P BSC Sensex.
So that means Sensex as well as constant, they are both impacting the current price of Reliance.
Yes. So these are the case which, but you will model according to your theory. You will model. This will not, any guiding force. You have to model your equation as per your available literature. Like Sensex will
model or hypothesis, sir?
No, model means y and x variables.
Okay.
Which will be y and which will be x.
अच्छा.
Okay.
तो सर इसमें जो y जो हम पहले select करते हैं that will be y, and the other one which we select second that will be x.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
If you have any doubt, then go to quick estimate equation. That will be better option.
Understood, sir.
Okay. So what next? Let's see. So this is the sales having trend line. So you can say this is the equation. After this, this is the sales data, and this is year. We have regressed sales data over year. Then we got this line, and this is the equation. So this is your slope, 51.11 year minus 96268. This is your constant, and this is your R square. 58% has been explained by the time. So time to master certain terms. Predicted values are calculated for observations in sample used to estimate a regression. We calculate within the sample. Forecasted values are calculated for some dates or data out of sample. Suppose we have data for 10 years. We want to forecast for 11th year. So this will be forecasted. But predicted means within the sample for the same time frame. Residuals are the OLS residuals calculated for the observations in the sample. Forecasted error are the mistakes made by forecast. It is a difference between the actual value and forecasted value. So forecast error you will get after occurrence of the actual event. So remember, forecast error pertains to out of sample observations, whereas predicted values and residuals perform in sample observation. I hope you understand this. So again, this is the return price. Does it have worthwhile trend to be predicted? So if you want to predict trend, is this appropriate chart? No. Let us understand. Same daily returns data, different perspective. What does it mean? If we want to predict, we can predict it. But in this case, if we want to predict, there will be some problem. So seeing future through past, returns means future are determined by returns past. So what will be the returns in future? We will determine on the basis of past. So it is a case of auto-regressive process. For the present, we have following AR model. Only this model we are considering. Returns of today is equal to alpha plus beta returns of yesterday and error term. So this we have done in the case of Reliance, in the case of price, but we can do the same in the case of returns also. So what will be the return today? What is the return today? Is this dependent on yesterday's? On the basis of that, we can predict the returns for tomorrow also. So now we can make predictions. This we have done. We have, calculated. So what are the factors which affect return? We have to identify. So this is the single factor model. The return IT is equal to alpha plus beta market return plus error term. Note this subscript T. T means time. This denotes time. So estimating of single factor model for Maruti Suzuki. So this is the correlation Maruti returns versus Nifty return. Can you see any pattern? This is a regression line.
It's positive autocorrelation.
Positive autocorrelation. So positive autocorrelation or positive relation between Maruti returns and Nifty returns?
Positive correlation.
Yeah, yes.
So this is the beta effect, right?
Yeah, beta. So beta is positively affecting. Let's see here. This is regression. Yeah. So this is coefficient 0.92, 92%. It's explaining, and p-value is very significant because it is an exponential. So revisiting our ways of modeling a time series, we have to model if it is a function of time, it is a function of lag, it is a function of some other variable. We have to be cautiously model it. Challenge number 3. Do you think that a modeling of a time series is so simple task? What do you think? Whatever model we developed so far are correct? Are estimates bad? So model 1 was sales, was the function of year, means time. Returns, T are dependent on returns of yesterday, and return of one company is dependent on return of market. Think these models may give best result, but may not give best result. May give or may not give. We don't know. Like if you compare the Reliance prices were dependent on its own past as well as on Sensex. Can you remember? Reliance prices were dependent on its own past. When we regressed Reliance share price with the Reliance price T-1, it was significant. When we regress Reliance prices with the stock prices, again, this was also significant. So these models may give, best results or may not give best results. So what we need to do, we need to study. We need to find out the factors so we can go for multiple regression also. Yes, Rajesh sir, do you have any question?
No, sir, I don't have. Yeah, yes, sir.
So now the whole journey of analysis of time series is not that simple. It is full of hurdles, but we will cross the hurdles You may say this statement from your side, you are making it difficult for me. I'm not making it difficult. So what is the most important reason that makes our time series analysis difficult is, let's forecast for time series. This is part of data. This is equation. Yeah, please see this. Can you see? So this is predicted sales and this is actual sales. What do you say about this prediction? Is the prediction correct?
May or may not.
No,
Poor
not at all. No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
This is
Poor
not
prediction, sir.
Yeah, because we have not understood the nature of our time series. We have not understood the nature. If we have understood the time series, nature of time series, we must have applied a different technique. So line will not be like that. Line will be something different.
Or it might be curvilinear, sir?
No.
Sir,
This is a structural break. This is a structural break.
Sir, here a linear model may not be able to do.
Yes, we have to introduce dummy.
Yes.
So that's why we must understand the nature of time series. Until unless we understand the nature of time series, this may give best result or this may not give. But we have to check. So what do you say about this point? This is a structural break point. It is a structural break point. Such a structural break point may make our job of prediction, estimation, and establishing relation more difficult, but we will do it. So go for the file, sales data with structural changes. Do you have this file or not? I don't think that you have this file. No.
No, sir, we don't have this.
You don't have. This was in the tomorrow's plan. But this is last. I will run on this. Then we will take a break. So sales data with structural breaks. Okay. So this is the data. This is sales data with structural breaks. Okay. You can see there is a structural break. What we need to do? This is, we have to introduce dummy here. And after introduction of dummy, we will analyze the data. Directly, we cannot analyze the data. What if we analyze the data as it is? What are the results? Let's see. Sales, then year, open as group. Let's see graph. Okay. So again, structural break. So this is not defining. Then I have to calculate regression. Let's see. So it's showing significant. Okay. It's showing significant. But it may or it may not be. So before going to any analysis, please make a graph, make a graph, make a graph. And understand the nature of your series. Until unless you will understand, your estimations will not be, you cannot say that these are.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
The structural breaks can be analyzed only through charts or some other formula is also there.
We have to introduce dummy.
No, sir, to visualize a structural break in a data, time series data, we have to just analyze the chart and to find out whether there is a structural break, in which year the break is coming.
Okay, I got your point. Let's see. Okay, so whether there is a break or not, statistically you want to prove it. Okay, so let's run regression. Just a minute. Let's run regression. Sales year. Okay. Open equation. Okay. Go to stability diagnostic. Go to stability. After running regression, go to view. Go to stability diagnostic, and you have Chow breakpoint test. Which test? Chow breakpoint test. Here, okay, this will ask you the breakpoint time. Okay, this will not tell you the breakpoint time. This will ask you. If we see our graph for the data, we will come to know where is the, structural break. Just a minute. Can you tell me in which year the structural break is there? Can you tell
2014.
2000? Not exactly 14, maybe 13. Maybe 13.
Between 12 and 14.
12 and 13. So we will check against 12 and 13. So after running regression, we will go to view, stability diagnostic, Chow breakpoint, and we will enter year 2012. We will see. Okay. So see, what is the null hypothesis? No structure, no break at specified breakpoint. This is the null hypothesis. As 2012, there is no structural break, but my values are, less than 0.05. So I can say in year 12, there is a structural break.
Okay.
I hope, Nitu, madam, you were asking about this.
Yes, sir. Sir, but if there are multiple structural breaks in the data, then can we put not many years with commas?
Can you test it for 2013?
Yeah.
Sir, for both of them at the same time, both the years.
Both the years, na? So this is Chow breakpoint processor.
2013 लेके देखते हैं सर.
Just a minute. So I will. Multiple breakpoints. This is the test. Multiple breakpoints. Go to stability diagnostic and select multiple break tests. Okay. This will ask you multiple breakpoints, timing, percentage, specification level, regressor to vary across.
Sir, please repeat this step from where we have started for multiple breakpoints.
Just a minute, madam. I will. We have gone through this view, okay, stability diagnostic and multiple breakpoints, okay, and that I will cover tomorrow morning. It's 4:12. So I hope we all want a break. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So multiple breakpoints I will cover tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
I want to cover Chow point tomorrow, but today I have covered. But tomorrow I will cover multiple breakpoints.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, thank you so much, sir. Today we understood many things, sir, and very clearly, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stochastically, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you very much. So we will understand tomorrow from Chow point. Okay. So we stop here for today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for joining us. Yes.
So will the PPT be coming over there, sir?
Sorry?
Will the PPT